All right, Facebook is with us. Yes. Happy Friday Eve day, everybody. The sun is out here. I'm so excited about it because the last few days have been super gloomy and I'm like over it. I need some sunshine. I don't know about y'all, but when the sun is out, I just feel like anything is possible. So I hope the sun is out where you are. Happy Friday Eve day to everybody. I love that tomorrow is Friday. The weekend's coming. It's going to be great. As always, we've got Facebook right here on my laptop with YouTube as well, and Instagram up here on my phone. So if you see me looking back and forth, just trying to talk to everybody at the same time. And if you're catching this on Facebook, go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give permission for me to see your name in the comments because I love seeing your name. And just throw a comment in there. Tell me hello. Instagrammers, I am screen recording. So if you want to say hello, if you have a question, you have a comment, I will see it and I will get back with you. That's a great way to connect. I love that. All right, today, you guys, what are we talking about? Do you want to learn how to have authentic conversations in the DMs that could possibly lead to more sales conversions? This is a hot topic. DMs can irritate the crap out of people. Trust me. Had that experience today, but it is a hot topic. So I want you to stick with me because this information is going to help you. But first, if you're new to me and I'm new to you, I am Tracy Beavers, and I'm so glad you're here with me. I am your business and sales coach, and my passion is helping you, the small business owner, solopreneur, build the business of your dreams, gain the income that you seek, and have time for your family along the way. All of that is possible, you guys. Trust me. I've done it, and I work with my clients to create a roadmap of action steps, very clear action steps, all laid out that they can easily follow so they can build their businesses and not exhaust themselves and save their sanity. So reach out to me if that's something that you're interested in. We can talk about what we can accomplish together because your success in your business and your income growth is my priority. I love my private clients, and they are doing amazing things, and I love to shout them out. So I just wanted to share with you, one of my clients is posting the most engaging social media content. Now, she wasn't before, and it is converting into sales conversations for her. When we met, she had an idea of what she wanted to post about, but she didn't know what to say. She didn't know what type of post to make. She didn't even have a call to action on her posts. So we worked together and crafted her social media. She's having more engagement than ever before, and it's leading to some awesome conversations in the DMs, which is what we're going to talk about today. So many of you guys have signed up for the masterclass on April 6th. I'm going to be sharing my strategies for gaining that visibility in your business so you can grow your audience and get new clients without paid advertising. These are the strategies that I have used to double my income, and I'm going to share them with you. You're going to learn about my new online course and group coaching program. Also, it's called Business Visibility Made Easy, a step-by-step system to gain new clients without paid ads. And I'm so jazzed about it. So I want you to grab your seat for the masterclass. It's April 6th at 11 a.m. Central. Go to tracybeavers.com/masterclass. I know my assistant Jill is going to throw that in the comments on Instagram. Actually, on Instagram, you got to go to my bio. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram. Facebookers, Jill's going to throw that into the comments for you guys. And if you're here live, give me some heart emojis. If you're catching the replay, love that too. Just leave me a comment and tell me how you're doing. And as always, like I said, throw your questions and comments in the chat so I can maybe get to those. If you're on Facebook, I can get to those right after this. Instagrammers, I'll get back with you after the recording is over. Let's talk about conversations in the DMs that don't feel gross, that don't feel spammy, that don't feel weird. Oh my gosh, I posted about this the other day and I got so many comments. How many times have you received a cold, spammy DM and you just go, ick? It happens to me all the time. And I toggle back and forth between wanting to save the world and be like, hey, there's a better strategy. Can I help you with this? I'm a sales coach. And just ignoring them altogether. It's like some days I just ignore them altogether because I figure they got some really bad advice. They're probably not going to listen to me anyway. And then I don't want to come across as a jerk being like, hey, there's a better way to do this. Can I show you how to do it? Anyway, so I don't know if I need to save the world or not. Let me know how you respond to them. I would love to know what you do when you get a cold DM. Do you say anything? Do you just leave it alone? Do you quietly walk away? Let me know. Put it in the comments. And here's the thing. Like I said, they probably got some really bad advice. So bless their hearts, as we say in the South, it's not their fault. I mean, it could have been that a really well-meaning friend of theirs said, hey, this is what I'm doing. Try this. Or maybe it was a coach. There's some coaches out there that are doing some things that I'm like, that make me cringe. I'm like, no. They just didn't know any better. And they're trying anything they can. They're throwing that spaghetti at the wall like we do as entrepreneurs, trying to get visibility, to get more sales conversions and more income, right? So they're just trying to do the best they can. Now, I'm going to share something with you that's going to make you go, what? Would it surprise you to know that I was once very guilty of this method, these cold, spammy DMs? Right? I know. Okay. Don't fire me. Don't hang up. This was a long time ago, and I didn't know any better. That's why I know these other people don't know any better. It was the first business I had ever built. It was the first business I had built in a long time. I built some businesses back in the Stone Age, but it was before social media. So, this was the first business I had built using social media. Yes, I'm that old. I'm a dinosaur. Anyway, yes, I was back in the day when we didn't have the internet. I actually made it through college without Google, if you can believe that. I digress. So I got some really bad advice, though. I was told to make a list of 200 people and send them messages. And it pains me. And it was so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing now to even think that I did that. Because honestly, you guys, at the time, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel like me. It felt weird and it felt spammy. But I didn't know. I was like, maybe this is how business is done on social media. I don't know. Turns out it was a really bad strategy, and I ended up ruining some relationships because I was so weird. So, anybody else willing to admit that they did that? How do we correct it? How do we use social media to attract people to us and have those awesome conversations that lead to visibility and business growth? So, let's talk about it. This is a slow growth strategy. That's the first thing I want you to know. The connections with human beings, they cannot be rushed. If you rush it, you're going to shut down that connection before it ever gets started. So just know that this is not a quick overnight strategy. You might get some quick wins in the beginning, but this is a slow growth thing. Just think about it. If you're at a cocktail party and you sat down next to me and you said, marry me, I'd be like, no. First of all, because I'm happily married. But second of all, weird. So I would probably exit the room and be like, as far away from you as possible. This is very similar to dating. It's very similar to building any kind of relationship. There's a ping and a pong to the conversation, and it cannot be rushed. It should not be rushed. I also want you to remember to be a human. There is a human being on the other end of that connection that has the same goals and dreams and doubts and struggles and family and kids, just like you do. This is networking. I mean, we call it connecting. We call it collaborating. Call it whatever you want. This is networking. It's making connections and getting to know other people and what's happening in their world before we ever think about talking to them about our products, our services, our courses. Social media makes it really easy for us to forget that there are humans on the other end of our conversation and those comments that we make, because it's this flat screen and it's just a photograph that we're talking to. And much like when we write our emails to our clients, we've talked about that in a past training, how to get emails that get a good open rate. Picture that person that you're having the message with sitting across from you in a coffee shop. What would you say? Because here's the thing, you wouldn't introduce yourself and they introduce themselves and then you give them your sales pitch, right? If you were in a coffee shop and you were just meeting them for the first time, you wouldn't do that. So why do we do it in the DMs? We should not. Okay, another tip, I want you to take the sale out of it. Forget about your product. Forget about your service. Forget that there's a sale or a transaction anywhere in this. I want you to lead with your heart. I want you to find out how you can help that other person. just like I just said, if you were just meeting this person for the first time in a coffee shop, you wouldn't bust into your sales pitch right after they introduce themselves. You wouldn't do it. That's weird. So think about the coffee shop experience, or, you're meeting somebody at a cocktail party, or you're at a wedding reception. Doesn't matter where it is. If you treat it just like that, in-person conversation, you're going to be okay. And here's another thing I want you to remember. It might not look like it could go anywhere. But you never know. Like I always teach you, everybody that I meet can fit into my business somewhere. They might be a great client for you. They might not. But because you've been a human being and you've built a relationship with them and you're having this great conversation, they may think, well, heck, she's pretty cool. He or she's pretty cool. And so they think Tracy Beavers is pretty cool. And because I've been kind to them and we've had a human being conversation. So maybe they don't need a business and sales coach. But a couple of days later, somebody in their life may say, my business is in the toilet and I need a business coach, right? We just never know. Or they could end up being my next best great collaboration partner on an Instagram Live or a Facebook Live or a podcast. You might add this person to your Facebook group, and they may bring value to the members that are in your Facebook group. So just on the face of it, if it doesn't look like it's going to be a good fit and a reason to have the conversation, I say do the conversation anyway and meet people and make those connections. Okay, so now you may be thinking, all right, I can do this. I'm going to try it, but what do I say? And how do I do it? Okay, here's very simply what I do. On Facebook, when someone friends me, or let's say on Instagram, when someone follows you or they like or they comment on something that you did, look at their profile, get an idea of who they are, and make sure they're an actual human being. Social media can be a little bit weird. And this is why, okay, let's go back for a second. This is why in past trainings, and you'll always hear me say, you have to have your profiles maxed out. Your Facebook personal profile, your Instagram personal profile. I need to be able to see who you are, what you do, who you serve. If I click on your about section in Facebook on your personal profile in your work area, it says no workplaces to show, and you're a business owner, that is not good. That's going to make me think that you're not the person that you say you are, and I'm not going to want to connect with you. All right, so make sure they're an actual human being, check their profile, get an idea of who they are, and then send them a message, a simple message that says, hey, so much fun. This is what I say because this is the way I talk. Hey there, so much fun to connect with you. How are things where you are? Because I genuinely want to know how they're doing, because I'm a human being and they're a human being, right? Or on Instagram, you could say, hey, I really appreciate the follow, the like, the comment. How are you? How are things where you are? Because the other thing is this world is messed up right now. We've got so many things going on, so many heavy things happening, so many people going through so much. Check on each other. How are you doing? It's a human being question, and I love it. And those people will likely respond in some way, and then you take it from there. A lot of times people will say, I'm doing great. How are you? Which I really like that, because that's really nice of them to ask how I'm doing. And then I'll say something like, I'm doing great. We're lucky we're all healthy. This was like during the pandemic, when things were raging and it felt like everybody was getting sick. And I'd say, my family and I are doing well. We're healthy. We're safe at home. I'm in Arkansas. Where are you located? And then we end up having that ping pong conversation. We find connections we have in common. And let me tell you something, y'all. This world is way smaller than we think. We have way more in common than we have different. It blows my mind how we end up having people in common, or someone's traveled to Arkansas for something, or, and anyway. So let the conversation unfold just like you would at the coffee shop and see where it goes. And at some stage, ask them about their business and ask them, how is it going for them? And, oh, that's an awesome business model. I love what you do. I love that you help women with their mindset, or I love that you help people with copywriting, or whatever. Tell me more about that. How long have you been doing that? Do you find it that it's like breathing and it's no big deal? You know what I mean? Just have a conversation. Because then you're going to find out how you can be of service to them. See how easy that is? If you want to know the rest of this strategy, then I want you to register for the masterclass on April 6th, because this is one of the many things I do to grow my audience. And eventually it does grow my income. And we're going to talk about it in the class. So go to tracybeavers.com/masterclass. Okay, I'm going to recap really quick for those of you that hopped on late. I want you to set your expectations correctly for this. This is slow growth. This is networking. It takes time. But as with all of my strategies, at some point, it's going to blow your business wide open and it's going to blow your mind. And it's so much fun. We've got to be patient. We've got to be consistent, right? You can't just do this, 4 days in a row and then take a break for 15 days. That's not the way businesses are built and grown. You're connecting with another human being. So you lead with your human beingness. I don't think that's a word, but I think I just made it a word. All right, lead with your human beingness and your heart. The other person will do that too, unless they're a jerk, in which case you don't have to talk to them anymore, right? There's a few of them out there. But we are all way more alike at our core than we are different. We all want to be seen, heard, validated, loved, and made to feel included. Everybody, it doesn't matter where they live or who they are. We're human beings. Take the sale out of it. Take the pressure off yourself. Forget about your product or your service or that awesome promotion deal you've got going on. Forget about trying to hit your numbers for the month. You're having a conversation just like you would at a coffee shop with another human being. And remember, do not be discouraged with connections that look like they are a one-way road to a dead end, because we never, ever, ever know where these connections are going to lead. How you may be of service to them, and in that exchange, it might not lead anywhere for you. That's okay. People remember your kindness, and they might end up referring you. They might end up connecting you with someone that needs a great podcast guest. They might want to join your Facebook group and add value to the members in your Facebook group, which would be a benefit to you. Or they might recommend another great Facebook group where you might end up landing in a honeypot of a whole bunch of new clients. Do you see how this might work? So don't be discouraged if it's slow, if it looks like it's not going anywhere, because trust me, it's going to eventually there's going to be that tipping point where it's just going to go, and it's going to be amazing. So as always, I hope these tips today have helped you. And I want to know what you think. I want to know what you want to learn more of, what you want to hear more about, what you're struggling with. It is my goal to come here every week and bring you value and education and things that will help you grow your business. And if you're loving this content, save it into your favorites and create your own awesome library of great videos you can go back to anytime. All right. And here's what I want you to do now. You know what I'm going to say. This masterclass, you guys, is going to be epic. You're going to learn the strategies you can use immediately to grow your visibility so you can gain new clients. tracybeavers.com/masterclass. And remember, I say this every week, don't go it alone. I talk to entrepreneurs every day and they'll say, why is this so hard? Why is this such a roller coaster? And if you think about it, when you had a 9-to-5, or maybe you still have a 9-to-5, you walk in the door to the 9-to-5 job, right? You get a name tag, you get business cards, you get a desk, you get a phone, you get a schedule, you get expectations, and you get a title, and you get a paycheck regularly, and you get some paid vacation days, and you really don't have to build anything. You just have to show up and do the work. Well, being a business owner is so dang hard because you got to do all the building while you're doing the work. That's why it feels heavy. And if you think you're alone, you are not by any stretch of the imagination. If you're catching this on Instagram, I want you to come over into Facebook, join our collaborative, supportive community. The Facebook group is called Be a Confident Entrepreneur, Gain Confidence and Grow Your Income. You'll see my picture there. And if you want more business strategy, more guidance, more ideas to grow your income, reach out to me and set a free information call. Let's talk about coaching, what it looks like. Let's talk about your business and what we can do together to get you where you want to go. I want everybody to have a great balance of the week and weekend. And remember, when one of us rises, we all rise. All right, my friends, I'm going to check the Facebook chat really fast. Good. Oh, somebody said, hi, Tracy. So good to see you today, but I don't know their name. Oh, shoot. All right. Hey, Jill, thanks so much for being here. Jill is amazing. Terrellyn's here. She said, thank you so much. Signed up for the masterclass too. From one human to a human to another. I love your energy, the content, and I'm finally excited to start meeting new people. Terrellyn Jensen, rock on. That is the name of the game, girl. I'm so glad you joined us, and I'm so glad you're in my Facebook group. And Instagrammers, you need to come over into the group because it's a really cool place to be. All right, my friends, have a great day. Remember that you're amazing. You're building something amazing. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You stay consistent and you stay the course because you're worth it and people need you. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.